people that have spent time in front of the classroom who really know what it takes to run an effective classroom. Now, teaching is a very challenging profession. It could be one of the most challenging careers a person can take on. Now, some people may say, teaching can't be that hard. We've had politicians and journalists this year who say teachers don't deserve their pay because they get 3 months off in the year, you have a textbook in front of you with all the answers, you give out the homework, you collect it, you grade it. Now, if only it were that easy. Let me just say that your average teacher does more than that. But here at Michigan, we strive to go above and beyond. We learned that there is a better way to approach teaching rather than the typical stereotype of the boring school teacher. Bueller, Bueller. Anyone? Anyone? We've all seen the movie. Now, throughout our own teacher education, we strive to go above and beyond the call of duty, which is no easy task. It can be one of the most difficult professions a person can take on. But you may ask, how can it be so difficult? I've seen teachers teach before. It doesn't seem that hard. Well, if you want to get an idea of how hard a responsible teacher's job is, let me give you a little comparison. 2 years ago, my older brother graduated from U of M and got a job doing computer engineering. He does some of the programming for government satellites, and that's all he can really tell me in terms of what he does for his job, or Big Brother will have to come kill me, Well, last fall, my brother told me how he's in charge of writing this computer program from scratch, and it had to go into this $4,000 computer chip. It could have been even more expensive than that, and it would actually be going into the satellites that go up in space. Now, if it doesn't work, there goes $4,000 of taxpayers' money. Luckily, his computer program worked perfectly fine, but writing a computer program from scratch and only getting one chance to put it onto this really expensive computer chip, that's a lot of pressure to deal with. Now, I'm going to argue that teaching is like putting a new program onto a computer chip, except that it's much harder. Instead of engineering programs, we have lesson plans. We're basically writing new programs every day. We could write 2 or 3 programs a day, and if you multiply that by 5 days a week, and there's about 40 weeks to the school year, it comes to about a lot of programs to write. Teachers are also constantly trying to improve the ways that we can teach our students by making better lesson plans and improving the ways that we teach. Now, the computer chips my brother worked with are somewhat similar to the students that teachers work with. My brother just had to transfer his program onto the tiny microchip, and hooray, the little thing worked. For teachers, it's not that simple. See, the microchips that you and I will work with, they're just not that simple. These microchips, they might talk back with attitude. Or, these microchips might just want to interact with other microchips. Especially when they have hormones. Believe me, when I was student teaching, I had 3 classes of freshmen. Whoa. Other times, our microchips might not come from the best factory or home. It's possible that the education that these microchips receive isn't a priority because they have to worry about gang violence on the way to school, or they have to work a job just to support their family. Nonetheless, our job as teachers is to make sure learning happens inside our students, and we provide the tools to make them successful, regardless of the pressures and challenges that they will face in life. Now, when my brother was programming this microchip, he just worked with one microchip. It's harder for teachers because we don't work with just one microchip, but roughly 30 or more of them all at the same time. We have to provide an equal and quality education to 30 individuals simultaneously. Now, I don't see my brother engineering 30 satellite programs or even a surgeon doing 30 open heart surgeries all at the same time. A teacher has to constantly think how to effectively get a class full of individuals to care about math, science, history, or reading and writing all at the same time. Some of us could see up to 150 students a day, and we have to be at our best intellectually, emotionally, and socially. To my fellow graduating teachers, I'm extremely confident that every one of us here can take on this great responsibility. It is going to be difficult at times, but take note, despite all the challenges that this career can pose, the rewards this job offers are unlike any other. Hopefully, you already know what I'm talking about. Over the course of our careers, we will get to impact hundreds of lives by building our students' futures. As this nation's leaders and best, we have that opportunity to act on that, to inspire the leaders and best of tomorrow. And that makes teaching worth all the while. Class of 2011, this is what we're getting into, and it's going to be awesome. God bless. Go Blue!